निवासिनि विष्णु विलासिनि जिष्णुनुते.
Hi guys, I apologize for this big delay in uploading a video, but I kind of took a break from work, from all kinds of work for the last few days. And I was also a bit frustrated because my video on Endo Bareda and Sojukada Sujumallige got copyright strikes, so I've disputed those. So let's see what happens. One has been demonetized and one has been blocked in every country. So maybe they will come to their senses and see that I'm just explaining the arrangement of those songs. I'm not willing to just make money from uploading those songs on my own channel. But anyway, big breaking news. If you didn't know already, that leftists of the world are united in their hatred against Hindus and Hinduism. See, always remember something. Whenever you use phrases like people of this country believes this and people of that country did that, etc., that line of thinking will never be fully correct, because you see, all the major nations of the world today have a fairly polarized left wing and right wing. Of course, when you talk about the actions of a country, you probably mean the government of that country. But remember, never attach your opinion of a country based on just its government. While anyone who follows some amounts of politics will know that the polarization is highest today probably in Bharat and USA. But our opinion of Israel somehow always tends to be a little romantic, a little rosy, because as Hindus we have plenty to admire about Jews and Israel, right? Well, Israel too has this bit of a leftist problem, a left-wing problem. And as you probably know already, that the famous leftist iconoclast Palestine sympathizing filmmaker Nadav Lapid, who is the most critically acclaimed filmmaker in Israel, said this about the Kashmir files yesterday at the International Film Festival of India in Goa. Quote, "There were 15 films in the international competition, the front window of the festival. 14 out of them had the cinematic qualities and evoked vivid discussions. We were, all of us, disturbed and shocked by the 15th film, the Kashmir Files. That felt to us like a propaganda, vulgar movie, inappropriate for an artistic competitive section of such a prestigious film festival." End quote. Okay, well, firstly, it was meant to disturb you and shock you by depicting disturbing and shocking incidents. So, job well done, I guess. And obviously, he has no clue in hell about the history of Kashmir, the 8 exoduses of Hindus and the countless murders and rapes of Hindus that have taken place in Kashmir over centuries. Cool. But even then, notice the interesting part about his comment about the 14 other films. He said that those 14 films had cinematic qualities and evoked vivid discussions, right? Well, that first part, judging cinematic qualities, is subjective, and I have always maintained that I disagree with Ajit Bharti and Pratik Borade when they say that they like Kashmir Files for its message but they dislike its production. I believe Kashmir Files falls in the distinct category of the signature minimalist European-style gritty discomfort-causing productions that Netflix originals were famous for, until Netflix came to Bharat and started producing all sorts of absolutely random stuff. And I believe if Kashmir Files did not have this topic instead told some other preferably Hinduphobic story with these exact production qualities, it would go around winning uncountable awards, and especially Darshan Kumar, who played Krishna Pandit, would win every acting award ever invented by mankind if he delivered that exact same monologue while portraying a Dalit talking about Brahmins. The second part of Lapid's statement is even more fun. He thinks Kashmir Files does not evoke vivid discussions. Well, Mar Lapid, what do you think has been going on since your comments? Well, now let's get into who Lapid is. Other than being an accomplished filmmaker, the credit for this next section about Lapid's background goes to Op India. They have come up with a detailed article called Meet Israeli Filmmaker Nadav Lapid. So firstly, Lapid is known for being a Palestine sympathizer and often speaking out against his own homeland Israel. In 2019, during one of his interviews with the Now Toronto magazine about his movie Synonyms, Lapid called the collective soul of Israel a quote-unquote sick soul. He said, "The film talks about the collective Israeli soul, and the Israeli collective soul is a sick soul. Something in the deepest essence of Israeli existence is false. It is rotten. It's not just Benjamin Netanyahu. It's not special to Israel. But at the same time, I think this Israeli sickness or nature is characterized by young Israeli men who are muscular, smiling, who don't raise any questions and don't have any doubts. They are extremely proud of being Israeli. They have a total dichotomist vision of existence, us versus all the others. End quote. So firstly, notice how his words about patriotic Israeli soldiers sound similar to the Indian left's criticism of the Indian army, doesn't it? Well, Nadav Lapid, I understand that you don't know Kashmiri history, but do you even know Israel's history or history of the Jewish people? Do you think you will happily keep making films if those smiling muscular men stop babysitting people like you even for 5 minutes? Do you even know which countries share their borders with Israel? Shame on people like you. Well, so enough about Lapid. Now Gilon, the Israeli ambassador to Bharat, quickly did some damage control. Gilon tweeted out saying, quote, "I unequivocally condemn such statements. There is no justification. It does show the sensitivity of the Kashmir issue here. In Indian culture, they say that a guest is like God. You have abused in the worst way the Indian invitation to chair the panel of judges at IFFI Goa, as well as the trust, respect and warm hospitality they have bestowed on you. Feel free to use the liberty to sound your criticism of what you dislike in Israel, but no need to reflect your frustration on other countries." And here's the most fun part about Mr. Gilon's statement. He says, "You will go back to Israel thinking that you are bold and made a statement. We, the representatives of Israel, would stay here. You should see our DM boxes following your bravery and what implications it may have on the team under my responsibility." Well, seems like it's time to say Jai Jai Shankar. Okay then, while researching for this video, I found out an article called "Why is Israel groveling to India's toxic Hindu nationalists?" The name of the web portal was haaretz.com, which sounded Hebrew to me, and so I thought, what? How can an Israeli news house talk about Bharat this way? So I clicked and realized two things. Well, Haaretz is the third biggest newspaper in Israel, and it's a left-wing newspaper, and the article was an opinion piece written by Swati Chaturvedi, whom you may know from her work with NDTV, The Wire, etc. So here are the names of some of her other articles on Haaretz. 1. Modi's politics of hate come for India's Christians amid calls to kill Muslims. 2. From Modi to Yogi, the militant monk who could lead India to full Hindu theocracy. 3. I was targeted by NSO spyware. Here's how Israel is helping Modi undermine India's democracy. 4. In India, Modi's vindictive Hindu nationalists have a new target. So it's pretty evident that complaining about Narendra Modi and Hindu nationalists on an Israeli newspaper is part of her hobby. So fine, we know plenty of people like her. But it is interesting that Israel has such nutjob left-wing news outlets as well. And great, why should we be the only ones to suffer from such self-hating left-wing citizens, huh? Now let's get into who is the editor of Haaretz. His name is Aluf Ben. He is the son of Aryeh Baumstein, who is a poet and has also won the highest cultural award given to Israelis called the Israel Prize. But well, our left-leaning editor has an MBA. Okay, that at least sounds refreshing, right? But where did he do his MBA from? At Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University. And where is that? In the American state of Illinois. Classic leftist.
Jaya